Fine. So we want to get the different sources we want to use the data from, right? One is the sales information, sales 2016 or 17, maybe 17 data, and another data source we want to get the data from. So this we will just transform and load, and how, where we are going to transform, Power Query Editor, right? And in this first operation will be, first thing will be use the first row as headers, right? And make all of the columns. We just want to detect the data type, and proper data type is set for all of these columns. So that is done. Now we don't have any issues with the data. So we want to get another data set, right? We want to get another data set, and that has to be again SQL Server. We can get the data from this Power Query Editor also, and we want to get this data. No, not from here. Okay, and we want to get this product data. First thing is, we would like to just, okay, all of this cleaning and all those things we had to done, and we had done during yesterday's class. So yeah, can you just suggest me what we can do to clean this product name?
Use first row as a header. Acha, you have done that.
Yeah. Now, what are the issues you are seeing in this?
Well, we can use trim function.
Yeah. So there are some functions, right? We can just transform this data using trim, clean, and all those things, right? We can use trim, and for control characters, removing control characters, we can just remove it, right? Transform it with clean, and the inside control characters will be removed. And also we have this is name, so we can make capitalize each word, so that can be
Okay.
also done, right? So all of these functions we have already seen, so we are not going to discuss this much. Fine. So this you can clean it also, these things. So this is done. Now we can just close and apply. Fine. We have got the data. Okay, we don't want to see this data now. We had that data for different purpose, maybe, and we want to create our model with this data. We had already seen, we had already created the connection during last class. Okay, can you tell me like how we can create the connection?
By putting one column name and then drag it to the other table from
Yeah.
one table.
So we have to find out first, very first thing, right? Very first thing before you start any project, okay? Not just the tool, okay? When you start any project, the very first thing you have to do is, and you are already working, so you already know that you have to gather all the source information, all the source of the data, right? You have to gather all the information. Also, you have to know what are the key columns, what are the columns we are going to use for the fact, right? What are the dimensions we are going to use? So you have to gather all of these information beforehand, before you start your project, right? Otherwise you will not know what data we are going to show in the visualization, right? And what kind of what benefit we are going to get from the visualization. We have to also get that goal also, right? That why we want to use this visualization, and you want to see this data in that visualization. You have to also know that. So here we just want to see, like we want to just use this data, maybe. So we have data from two different places, right? Sales and all. We want to create a visualization, maybe this cluster chart. Okay, we want to see the sales or number of quantities ordered. Fine. The number of quantities ordered will be in y-axis, Fine. So this is now the number of quantities, 40K, around 50K quantity is there, or 45K quantity is there totally. So we want to see the quantity, right? Based on the product name, maybe. We want to see this based on product name. Okay. Each product, how many quantities are there, right? So we can put it in the x-axis. And now you see that this is not correct, right? This is something different. This is not, this doesn't look good because all of these are having 45K around values, the number of quantities, which is not correct. Fine. That means something is wrong, which is that having cross join, that means we have to check our model that it is not properly joined, right? So in that case, product key, we have in the product table, and every dimension will have only one key, right? Every dimension will have only one key in case of the star schema. And what is star schema? You have a fact table in the middle. We'll also see the diagram and all the things for star schema. We have the fact table in the middle and only one connection to the dimension table. Okay, one dimension and one connection, one dimension, one connection. So different, there will be many dimensions around this fact table. This is a fact table, and around this fact table, there will be many dimensions. So this will be a star schema. And in case of other schemas, right, snowflake schema, you will have more dimension connected to this. Suppose a dimension, product dimension is there, so sub product dimension, subcategory dimension, something like that will be connected to this product event. We'll see. In this case, we have the we are going to create the snowflake schema. We don't have the data in the form of a star schema. So star schema has better performance, and the snowflake schema will have a less performant model. It's less performant model because of we'll have to create more joins and all these things. Data will be in normalized form, and in the snowflake schema, data will be in the denormalized form, right? Yeah. So we'll just see. For now, we are just going to see this product key connection with this. Uh, Yeah. So data is created. Now we what we have seen, right? We have just seen that the connection is created, and once we hover over to this connection, you can see the highlighted columns from key columns, right? And this is now fixing our visuals, right? That means a connection has been created properly, and we are able to see our visual correctly, right? Now let's see what is this connection. And we have already seen, right, during previous session, that how it is one to many. Fine. How this is how this side is many, how this side is one, and what does that mean, right? So the other thing is this direction. Okay. What this direction means? Okay, this direction means we can filter out any of the data from these cells using this product. If we are having a product filter, and we are just checking one product, so data will be filtered for that product here in this case. But if you want to filter the data of product using this data, means you are creating a filter out of this where sales, okay, where sales quantity equal to 7, you want to know what are the products. So that will not be possible. Okay, that will not be possible to filter out this product, okay, using this sales. That we'll see. Okay, that we'll see while we are going to see the slicers and all those things, the filters we are going to create. So during that time we will be seeing how this direction works. So again, go to this page, and you can create this relationship. Okay, this relationship is created. If it is, suppose you don't want to use this, you can just make it disable, just unchecking this, right? And you can see this is bidirectional cross filter. This is filter direction. Okay. So you can understand, right, the single direction. Here you can see cross filter direction. So this is a single direction filter. So if it is just you have seen that if the direction is from product side to sales side, that means sales data will be filtered using the product. If it is from if it is opposite direction, let's create the opposite direction data. uh, this should be, so now you can see this is saying that this is not correct, this is not valid, right? So Power BI is so intelligent to understand this, to identify this data, underlying data, that this data is having only one, this data is a dimension data. This sales data is fact data, and fact data will have many data and in cardinality, right? And in the dimension will have only one. So it is already identifying it, and it is automatically placing the you know relationship, how this relation should be created, right? So you understood, like, okay, that all the relationship Power BI is automatically creating it. And the cross filter direction, you can make it both direction, and you can make the direction both. In that case, what will happen if you are making the direction both? That means you are also using this, you want to filter this, so you can filter this also. Okay, in a visualization you have just you are just keeping the product information, and in slicers or filter condition you are having the sales, so it will filter the product. But we don't want, in this case we don't want to do that. Any question? Do you have anything? Okay. Well, yeah, for now, we'll just go ahead because we are not at that point to see these filters and all. For now, we are just going to see the how we can just connect and create our model, right? So this is one data set. We have just seen that how we can check the number of orders or number of ordered quantity for different products. So these are the different products, and for all of these products, how many quantities we have ordered, right? How many quantities the customers has ordered, so we are able to see that data, right? So this product is ordered 4565 quantities are ordered, for a water bottle, and these many product has been ordered by customer, right? So we want to now just we want to see this data, the analysis we want to going to do for the product using these different charts, all this stacked bar chart, this stacked column chart, right? Clustered bar chart, and we want to know the different formatting options for all of these charts. So let's see. We will also add different data, one more two more data set. Okay, let's see what are those data. This will be product categories, and so let me get this data. So we want to also have this data called product categories, product subcategories, product inventory. Okay, prospective buyer, and we would like to just get this data. Customers, product categories, product is, product inventory, prospective buyers. Okay, now we would take this data to our set. Fine, and we would like to get that data into Power BI. Fine. So product categories will bring, and this data we want to load and transform. You can just also see the preview. We would like to get this to this one and close it. We would like to get more data. We'll also see how we can get the data directly from folder and all the data source at once in later classes. Right. Okay. And for now, we are just going to see only these few data, and all of these data are related. Okay. And that is the reason I am just bringing everything. So all of these are related to the product. Fine. And we have to to check the information for different, to check the information of the product using different, either we want to know the product for different categories, product categories, for different product subcategories, and the product, right? So we want to analyze that data, right, using these visuals, maybe bar charts, all those charts, and we want to know what are these bar charts used for. Fine. So let's get this, and we have all of this data now available here, this product and product subcategory. Okay, so you have to bring everything here, and now you have to, first of all, you have to find out which data can be joined with this. Okay, so we don't have any direct connectivity. If we had direct connectivity with the sales table, right, we don't have this. So what we have to do, we have to connect it to product. See here, you can see that there is a product subcategory key. So subcategory dimension will be connected to products, right? Subcategory dimension will be connected to products, and that has to be this one. That has to be the subcategory key here. So, yes, and what we can do, just subcategory key, bring it to product category key, and product subcategory key, bring it to this. Fine. And this is now, this should be created. Okay, this is created here. You can see, and you can bring it to some other place, right? You can adjust it, you can adjust the size, or however you want, right? And you can make it smaller and all those things. So we'll just now we just want to add, we also this resizing and all these things you can do, and for the fitting all of your data, and that will just for now we are just going to create. And you have to understand that this is now, see this data, right? This is now product is on the many side, right? And this subcategory, product subcategory is on the one side. Why? One subcategory will have many product. Fine. One subcategory will have many product. Again, we have to also connect this product category, right? Product category name, and this will be added to with product subcategory, and product subcategory with the connection key is product category, right? You are again seeing here the product subcategory is in the money side and product category is in the one side. So you should understand why this is one side, why this is many side, and how the filter will work. Okay, later. So we'll see that. Now we have brought all of our product related information. Fine. We want to analyze this data in different, using different these bar charts. Fine. Now what we want to do, we want to just have new this one page. We want to use bar chart. So can you tell me, like, have you ever used the bar chart, the
Yes, sir.
column chart? Yeah.
In Excel.
Okay. So why have you used that? Means what is the reason you have used that, used a bar chart rather than any other chart? Is there any reason, particular reason that you have used only bar chart for some reason?
I have
Okay.
looked at the sales on a month by month basis.
Month by month basis. Okay. So you could have also seen the sales, in line chart also, month by month basis, right? Month by month or day by day or year by year. But why then only bar chart in that case?
I think that's one of the standard that is used, in the presentations in our company.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let me just tell you why you are using bar chart. Okay. So bar chart is used only for comparison purpose. Two different categories of data or three different categories of data. You want to compare the data. Okay. You want to compare the sales. You want to make some comparison, right? In that case, you have to use bar charts. And either it is column chart or it is bar chart. Okay. It may be clustered, it may be the stacked. So these bar charts are mainly used for comparing of data, different category of data, which you may want to compare the sales into different month. You may want to compare the sales or any budget or something like that for different years, right? What was the previous year budget? What is this year budget? Or likewise sales, different sales. What was the previous month sales, or what is the sales of this category, and what is the difference between the sales of these categories, right? To compare the sales or to compare the measure between different categories, right? We use this bar chart, and this is the sole purpose mainly. Okay. To use the bar chart, or we want to also highlight some of the data. Okay, that this is having highest sale, this is having, so that is again comparison. We are just comparing with others, right? So mainly for comparison purpose, these bar charts, clustered column charts, or whatever chart, these many charts, right? Bar and column charts are used. Okay. And similarly, we have other charts also. Like we will be also seeing the pie chart, right? Some people use pie chart also for comparison. Then we'll also know that what is that, and why, where we should use the pie chart and all. So next topic is pie chart. Let me show you the bar chart, like how what we are going to see. So here we have the product category. Okay, we want to know the sales orders made for different category. Okay, different category of product. So here we can see in the x-axis we have to give the product, the category information. Okay, x-axis will have the category information in the in case of column chart, right? And in the sales we'll have the quantity information. Fine. And that will be in the y-axis. So now we are able to see. So maybe I have given quantity. Okay. Quantity on the y-axis. Fine. And okay, product category key I have given. So I have to remove it, and I have to give the product category. product category name. So now we are able to see the
So,
quantities. Yeah,
so that product category is in number.
category.
So now earlier you chose the product category that was a number.
Yeah, product category key.
Then there should be sigma sign, sir. Summation of if it is a
Okay.
number.
No. Yeah, we have not updated, right? We have not updated this sigma sign. See, also you have to understand. I think I already said before that if it is a key column, right, you can keep it as number, or you can make it a number. You can keep it as a string, or you can make it a number type. Anything you want to you may have for this, because these key columns should not be aggregated, right? Because these are key columns. These are identifying a single transaction. Okay. All the key columns will identify some single transaction. See here, these columns, right? These will identify the data category name. These are not going to do any of your, these are not measures, or we cannot add these numbers. Fine. In our visuals, we can just only take the count. We cannot do anything else with these numbers. Fine. And you can keep it as a number type. The key columns, you can keep it as a number type. And if you are keeping it as a number type, it will save your memory, save your space in your data module, right? Because numbers take less space. Okay. And string, this will take more space, right? So this will be number type, will be performance efficient. And if you are keeping it a string, that is also no harm for key columns. You can keep it as a string also. Okay. In case you are keeping it as a string, you will avoid any issues while you are bringing into visualization, because it will not get aggregated. Data will not get aggregated here, and you don't want to aggregate that data, key columns data, anyway in your visualization, because those are key columns. Fine. So yeah, that's how you can keep it as number type, or you can keep it as string type, any whatever you want. We have not changed the data type for this. Both of these are string type, that's why it is, there is no sigma here. If you are changing it to number type, so it will the sigma sign will be available here. And that will also be, whenever you are pulling it in the visuals, it will try to aggregate. So you have to understand one thing, that Power BI is always aggregating the data whatever we are bringing here in the visuals. It will always aggregate, it will show all the aggregation data, aggregated data only. Fine. Whether it is count, whether it is summation, whether it is average, whatever it is, so Power BI will try to aggregate all the data. Okay. And in case of key columns, if you are just keeping, if you are just making it number type, it will also try to aggregate that. So you have to understand where you should use the key columns, where you should not use the key columns, and it will never be aggregated. It should never be aggregated. So does this answer your question? Fine. You have to understand that, okay, and you have to understand these visualizations, why we are using these charts, okay, where we are using these charts and all. So you have to understand this also. Now the next part is, we are trying to see the different, the sales, number of quantities, sales of quantity of sales, right? For with different category of product. So for different category of product, what are the sales, and we want to compare which has how much sales. So those comparison we want to make. Okay. So for that reason, we are going to use this, bar charts, column charts, and bar charts. So this will give us a easy comparison between different categories, and you are able to see it, right? So easy comparison between different categories. Now we may have also the common categories between these, accessories, clothing, and bike. So in this case, we have the common category of quarter or month or something like that, and all the products may be different. For accessories, the product will be different. Clothing product will be different, and this bikes product will be different. Okay, even the subcategory information. Let's see. I think also the subcategory information also are different. Let's see. Let's add this. If we want to stack we want to see also the other component of accessories and compare the other component of accessories with the component of clothing and component of bikes. Let's see subcategory information. We have to bring it to legend, right? Now all of these are subcategories of accessories, but this is not a good case of showing the category. This is not a good case, yeah, to show the data in this bar chart. So what we are going to do is remove this legend. Okay, and we can just go for the stacked column chart. Let's see the product legend, and here you can see these different components of these categories we can compare. But can you tell me whether this is a good case of comparison? What is, in your opinion, this comparison, whether it is useful comparison or not useful comparison? What should it be? How it should be? Or what we are going to achieve with the stacking of the column chart? Any idea?
With the stacking, we are seeing each and every subcategory in the category option, but it's not quite effective.
Hmm. So actually, whenever, again I said, like the basic, concept of column chart, right? Basic concept of column chart is to compare the data between different categories, right? This category to this category to this category. When we are stacking something, right, we have to have common components. This whatever we have here, also we should have the similar components here, same components here, so that we can compare the different part in each of these columns, right? So that is where we want to use our stacking property, stacking capability, right? But in this case, we don't have that capability to compare. This is not a good case of comparing different stack data, right? So let's see, we want to just remove this subcategory name and we want to add something like, okay, okay, maybe color. Okay, don't want to do that also, because that is not a common thing, right? We want to use order date. Okay, maybe year. Okay, this is also not a good case. Date hierarchy we are going to use, and we are going to use year, and this year we will be also so we are not okay. We should have something called month, maybe order date. Okay, hierarchy is not created, maybe something like. So we are going to use this order date. We are going to use this quarter. Okay, now we have the good case, right? We have two different quarters. We want to check the number of ordered quantity in two different quarter one and quarter two. Fine. And it is, see here, now this is comparable, right? That first quarter, what was the sales, right? For in accessories, first quarter, what was the sale in bikes, and first quarter, what was the sale of clothing. Same thing, Second quarter, what was the sale of accessories? Second quarter, what was the sale of category bikes? And second sale of what was the sale of second quarter in clothing, right? So this is the case, right, where we want to compare or stacked data. This is how we want to compare. We may have other information. We may have some common other information where we would like to compare the data with stacking, right? So this is how you are going to use your stacking property of your column chart and all this. So you should always remember that column chart is mainly used for comparing of different data, or even if you want to just show the data, okay, show the different number of quantities, you can also show that. But main purpose is to compare the data, right, between different categories. You want to just show the different this kind of comparison. So we'll see also this how this day date and quarter is working, so that we'll see later. Okay, now we are going to just check what are the different formatting options we have in the column chart. Okay, what we can do to show these different options, to change this title, to change this axis, right, and all these informations, to change this chart title, colors, to change the colors and all those things, right, and also the text information, how we can change. So all these information, how we can do that. Fine. You can see also a tooltip, right, of information here. We are just seeing some tooltip data, right? Data information it is giving there. So all of these things we can also format apart from the default option. These are default options, color options and all. We can also format the chart. So what we can do? We can here you can see the format your visual, right? You have to select your visual, and that visual you want to format, so you can just go to formatting option. Now we see, based on the visualization information, what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep, also you have to decide. Like suppose here in this case, category name, we have accessories, bikes and clothing. This name is itself sufficient to tell us that this is accessories information, these are this information, this is information. So we don't need this category name title here to understand this data, right? Because the visual name is itself is clear that this data we are going to see is number of quantities category wise, right? So what you can do, you can even you can just, this is x-axis, fine, you can do the different formatting on x-axis. Text, like you can just increase the text, okay, for x-axis maybe 15, right? You can see the text is increased. You can change the this one, you can change the colors, maybe blue or something like that, right? Or you can also you know do concatenate labels. That's all, right? We don't want to have the title, right? This we want to remove, so this is done. So similarly you can just all of these options, see, each and every options are available in the format visual, right? So what different formatting you want to do, you may want to format your x-axis, you may want to format your y-axis, fine. You may want to format these column titles, these chart titles, and you may want to format these bars, different bars, right? All of the options are available under this format your visual, right? Now we are going to see, we have just seen how we can format the x-axis. Okay, this is the formatting you can do in x-axis. You can remove, you can have this if required. In case it is required, right, you can have it. In our case it is not required, right? So similarly the y-axis, you can just check the different option in the y-axis. What is the scale range, right? Scale range also you can specify here. This is the scale range you can specify, fine. You can give any from 0 or 10. You can start from 10, and you can see this will start from 10, right? And like that. So we don't want to do that. We just want to start it from 0 itself. So it is starting from 0, right? So any range of whatever range you want to give, right? For the scale, you can give that. And here you can see the values, this scale values, these are the values, right? These are the values how you want to just make some formatting on this. Maybe this is again 15, right? And you may want to change the color, even you may want to make it bold, or you may want to do anything. So whatever way is better for your visualization, right? You want to do that. So whichever way it looks fine, right? So here this is ordered quantity, right? If we are just having something like, okay, only these two things, that's fine. We can just also remove the title from here, that this is ordered quantity by category and quarter, right? Ordered quantity, we know that this is ordered quantity, we can just remove from here, maybe. Okay, this title also we can remove from. Other thing is, these are in k, right? 0k, 5k, 10k, that means in thousands, right? So this is the display unit. What are these are display unit. So you can change these display units also. You can change it to 1000, you can change it to known. So if it is known, you will get all the data, right? You can change it to different display unit, maybe thousands, k, maybe million. If you have higher data, bigger values, so you can make it to million or any other, you know okay. Am I not audible yet? Can you confirm?
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. So maybe you have to check. Okay. Yeah, Nayan, you have to check your audio maybe. So yeah, let's see. We can just make the formatting on y-axis, x-axis, whatever. Okay, we have to select the first. You have to select the visual. Then you have to go for all of these. Then y-axis, you can change the scale. You can format these values, right? You can make the text. You can format this text. You can also turn it off the title, or you can have the title, but you want to also rename this title, right? This is now sum of ordered quantity, but this is not in good format, right? And you don't want to have this title. You want to change this title also. Some you want to remove, you may want to remove the sum of maybe that text. So the formatting of title you can do here, and auto text, whatever, or you can just change the text, fine. Or you want to uh, just show unit only, whatever you want to see, or show both, show unit only, right? Thousands, and whatever you want to show, right? All those things, or show title only, right? So this is the title, and whatever way you want to show, you can also make this thing, and you can also make it like 10, maybe something like that. Or the colors and all these things, you can also change this color and make it little bold. Okay, maybe you can have it like this. And color also, you can just keep it something like different color, fine. Maybe something, maybe some other colors, whatever is best for your visual. And in the legend, right? Legend is this. These are different options, different data we have stacked in. So here you can see quarter. This is a legend. Colors, right? This is legend. So how we can also format this? You can just format it going to the legend. Inside legend, where you can format the position where you want to show that legend. You may want to show even at this place, right? Or this place, wherever you want to show. Okay, and we would not like to clutter the okay, we would not like to clutter our visual with this data. So we would like to remove any information which is cluttering, which is not required for our visual, right? If it is self-sufficient, the report is self-sufficient and doesn't need any information to understand the to comprehend the visualization, we don't need that. Okay, but in this case we have this different color, we don't know what are these colors, so we need it, right? Let's see. We can also change the position, bottom right. See here, it is coming to bottom right, or you can change it to center right. Okay, so all of these options, you have different position options, right? You can just make it wherever it looks better. Okay, all of these things, right? You can do that. Now you can also change the text for this legend. You can change the text to different size or color or something like that, right? All of these things you can do, and you have to do it yourself. And similarly the title, okay, this quarter title and all these things you may want to turn off, so you can just turn off the title. But in this case it's not required. So this title also you may remove it, that's also fine. And other than that, okay, this is fine. And if you have sufficient information in the visuals, you may not need this data. Okay, you may not need this information here, fine. So but in this case we need it, because we know that this is quarter 1, this is quarter 2. Otherwise, if you don't have this, we will not be able to understand what are these colors represent for this visualization. Fine. Let's see now. This is something like we have just. This is something we just legend we have just seen, and this top left is stacked. So this is not correct. So you have to fit it at some place which is better. Okay, I'm just putting it here. And so now this is done, and this is for what? Legend. All of these are legend options, and you can check these legend options. Other thing is, here you have the grid lines. What are these grid lines? Grid lines are lines you will see here in the grid. Okay, now all of these grid lines are not visible, so you can make it. If you want to show the horizontal grid lines are these. Horizontally you will have some line. If you want to show these lines, you may want to just use black. Here you can see these are grid lines, right? And we don't like to show in our visual. Okay, if you like, if you need that, you can even use that. Okay, the visualization, you can use those grid lines, or you can just directly uh, make it off. Okay, all those grid lines are off, right? We don't need these grid lines. If you want, you can add those, fine. These are zoom sliders, we will not see in this case. We don't need it, fine. These are different column options, colors, and all these things. You can make the changes of these columns, fine. And also spacing, this is spacing between columns, right? You can handle that spacing using this spacing. 20 now, 20 is there, so we may want to have just 2, say, like, see, you can control all of these options using these formatting options, right? Let's see, the next thing is uh okay, these data labels. Okay, what are these data labels? These 15,350 sales order quantity for accessories quarter 1. This is one of the label, data label, right? And this is another one of the data label. This is another one. You make it on, all those data labels will be visible. Fine. but we may not want to have these data labels. We may want to have only the total data labels. Maybe in case of these, we may want to have only the total data label, and we may don't want to have these individual data labels. Okay, or also we already have these data labels here, so we may also only want the total data labels. It may be require it, we may need only this. Also, we can also format these data labels, different data labels. Okay, you can make the size to, you can increase the size, you can make it bold, or even you can make the color something like, okay, blue, fine. And also you can also make the display unit, you can change. You can also add the background. In the background, you can see, you can make the background somewhat, you can give a different color to the background, fine. And it may be something like, this, and you can have it, transparency we can make less transparent, right? And this way, right, you will be able to uh, format your visual, you will be able to format your column chart, fine. So these are the few, these are the uh, formatting options you have. So another thing what we wanted to see is how I can change the name of this, right? So you have to just go to the data visual, main visual page, and here you can just rename it. Okay, rename all of your columns. So here I can just rename this. I can also rename this just by just double clicking it. Go to this place and double click, and it will be renamed, fine. And now it is, you can see these are renamed, fine. That's how you will be able to format, you will be able to visualize your data, and you will be able to create your column chart, right? Stacked column chart. So do you have any question till now?
To change the heading name, we have to double click on that only.
Okay, this header, right?
Headings, yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yeah. Okay, I wanted to show, but I forgot. Okay, that's fine. So you need to go to general here in the formatting options, right? Uh, here in the format your visual, right? Here we have formatted all the x-axis, y-axis, and all those things. Fine. So all of these things are all of these options are available in the under the visuals. Now you want to also format the general things, right? The headers and all those things. So you can go to this. Here in this case, you have to just add this title, and you can format this, right? Here what is the title is order quantity by category name and quarter, right? So this is the title. You want to change this, also this title text, you can change it. You can make it even conditionally formatting. Okay, based on some conditional formatting, you can just add this. So we'll see this later, and this may be the conditional formatting option, we'll see later. Now you can change these headers, different header options, right? Maybe header 6. Okay, maybe something like that, right? Or maybe normal. So we want to change this size, font size, as 18. So you can see, you can make it bold, right? And maybe it is 20, fine. Maybe it is something like blue color, fine. And also maybe what you can do, you want to change the background color and all, so you can give some background color uh, according to you, whatever is better. Okay, so we would maybe whatever way you want to just do. And also the alignment, right? This can be made, center aligned, fine. So all of these options are effects. Also you can just add few effects, background effects and all. You can just check those. These are some header icons. Header icons means these are the icons, different icons, right? These are header icons. So you can also, but we don't want to touch that, that's fine. Yeah, I got disconnected. So, okay, fine. Let me share my screen again. Fine. So what we were seeing is formatting of these headers, right? And the visuals, different visuals, and you can go to the general options and all of those formatting options you can just have. You can make, we'll see this tooltip later. Okay, so for header, for titles, right, you can just go to this place and you can make this update. Okay, so any other question with this visualization formatting and all, and why this visualization is used, why this column chart is used? Okay, then I will just go ahead, right, with the other things. Let's check the, we have just seen the column chart, right, stacked column chart. Okay, we want to also we may have now the similar way, right, the stacked column chart, and same thing can be converted to bar chart. Okay, this clustered column chart. So here in the stacked column chart, right, let's see the clustered column chart. In the stacked column chart, what is there? We are having the subcategories or components, in stacking, stacked on each other, right? But in case of clustered column chart, what will be available here? So the same information we want to just see, okay, and we want to just make it okay, or in the here in this case, the x-axis will have the same data, right? Y-axis will have the same data, and what are those? X-axis will have the this category name, product category name, fine, and Y-axis will have the ordered quantity, and on the legend, right? Legend we have this here quarter. We are also going to have the quarter as legend in this clustered chart also. Now you can see, right, if you want to also compare, right, if you also want to compare the data, right, between two different subcategories, right, here you can see it is easily comparable. And in the stacked chart, we are just showing, okay, the different component. We are just showing the different component here, but here the comparison is far better than this, right? Here comparing these two different things, maybe when it is little bit, it will look similar. Suppose here 6K, here 7K. Suppose here it is 6.5K, then it will look similar, right? And comparison will be difficult in these cases. Fine. So here you can see in this case, this column chart, cluster column chart, right? It is better from using these uh, stacked column chart. But when we have many many subcategories maybe, so in that case we can because of space and all those things, right, we can have the stacked column chart for comparison. We can use the stacked column chart for comparison when it is having 3 4 categories, 5 categories, right, like that. 3 4 5 categories we can just use this. Or if we have less number of columns, right, less number of subcategories, we can go for these clustered column chart. And here you can see the comparison is better than this. Fine. And both of these are used for comparison purpose only. Both of these are used here mainly for comparison. Here also you can you are trying to show also you are comparing the total and also you are trying to show all the components of individual categories of information, right? So the same thing we are going to same thing we are seeing here, and you can already see the difference. how these different charts, different option of charts differing with each other. Fine. You can make all of the formatting yourself. I will place this in the uh, uh, Google Drive, right? I will place this file. You can use this file. You can make all of the formatting yourself for the columns, for the titles, and all of this formatting yourself. Okay. And yeah, whatever way you like, you can make this formatting. Now we will just see the same thing, right? Both all of these stacked column chart, the we have just seen the column chart. Now we are just going to see where we are using the bar chart. Okay, so let's see one case. Maybe suppose we are using a clustered column chart somewhere. Okay, we are using a clustered column chart, and here we are using the data. Fine. Suppose we are making it somewhat smaller, and we are taking it. Oh, we want to see the data for product. Compare the sales quantities, number of quantity ordered for product. Fine. And we would like to have it in the x-axis. So now number of quantities ordered from number of quantities ordered in y-axis. One thing you are able to see, these names are longer and we have lot of categories, so we have a scroll bar. Okay, so now you tell me whether this is a good case of comparing your data and seeing your data. You are able to comprehend it properly or not. So can you tell me like whether it's a good case? So in this case, you can see the names, right? Names are truncated, you are having dots. You are not able to see the full name, right? And also we are having a lot of data and scrolling in this way, right? And it doesn't look fine. It doesn't look nice. And also comprehension of data is not that better, right? Here you can see all the names are also not available. So in similar cases, right, when we have longer names, right, and maybe more number of categories, right, more number of categories, when we have more number of categories and longer names kind of thing, we can go for the bar chart. Either it is clustered bar chart or it is stacked bar chart. Fine. And the clustered and stacking property again is same like the stack column and clustered column. Fine. So stacked bar chart, this is 100% stacked bar chart. Okay. 100% again is different. This is percentage wise. And yeah, now we can just go to clustered bar chart. And here you can see we can have this, we can show it better way. Fine. Now you can see the same bar chart. We are showing it here. Same thing we were showing on that other line, right, on the column chart, and that was not that good. Now the same thing we are showing in the bar chart, right, and it's looking better than the other visuals. Also, comprehending this visual is better. We are able to see the name, full name also, and even if we are just increasing little bit, we will be able to see the names better. right? All those names we are able to see, and also this chart, right, is better than the column charts. Fine. We can, we can apply the various, we can apply the formatting options on these, on the names, on the data points, right? Here, each has the data point, right? So all of these, we can even have different formatting. So all of those formatting we have to apply on this chart, right? Let's see what we can do to format it. The first thing is name. We can just go double click and change the name whatever way you want, right? Whatever name you want to give, so that you can just do double clicking it under this visual option. Fine. And you can change the name. That's fine. Similarly, for ordered quantity, you can change the names and all these things. So we don't want to do that. Fine. We are just seeing that maybe, okay, I'm just, okay, I have to do here the product name and this ordered quantity. So I'll just see few things. And if you want to also under this product name, right, if you want to see different stacking property, okay, this is clustered one. So clustered one means it will for the same column, for the same product, if I'm just giving a legend, I just want to break it with different information, other information. Fine. So what it will do, it will also break this into different bars. Okay. Maybe what we can do is I just want to maybe show the product color for the same product. What are the different colors and what are their sales? Okay. Different color product, same product. I want to see the sales. I want to see the ordered quantity for different color. So here you can see, right? So this is having maybe one color only. So this is fine. And some cases you will have more color. Okay. See here, rocking socks. Okay. Racing socks L, racing socks M. So these things, blue, black, these black, blue, multi. So the same, product may have different color even, and these are the stacking chart. Okay, stacking for same product. See here, product name is 200, right? And I see this is color, right? Silver color, then black color, then so these are the two different product for the same. These are few different products, okay, and with different colors, right? These are the different colors. So stacking properties are there, right? So this is creating different bars in the clustered one. So same thing, if I just create the stacking chart, you will have the colors in different stacking property. So now I think there is only one, okay, there is no color available for this product. No color, no color, only one color, white color, only white color. So only red color is available for this product. And okay, so in that case, we don't have for the same product, we don't have different color. That's why we are not able to see the legend, the stacking property. Okay, here this stacked bar chart, right, with different color, we are not seeing. Okay, for the same product, we don't have different colors. Maybe in case we have the different colors and all, we'll see the part wise here differently. Okay, so that will be visible in this case. But now we are just going ahead with the formatting. If we have such thing, right, what are the different formatting options we have? We can just go to formatting, and we can format the x-axis, y-axis. We can just remove this, or product name. Product name are sufficient, self-sufficient. We may just want to have this product name off. Okay, this maybe we want to just have it off. This is product, all entire product information. We just want to have it off for title, right? Title is off, we can make it off, and we can have this ordered quantity. Okay, this is fine. We can just make some changes in the x-axis. Maybe the title we want to just increase, or we want to have something like title, we want to just do some formatting on the title, ordered, or make it 15, or whatever way, make it a different color. Okay, or this color, maybe this. So that whatever way it looks fine, we can make it that way, fine. And data labels, we can also give the different quantities, right, with this data. And let's see, if we are just enabling the data label, so it will be available here. We can also make some formatting on this data label, right? Make some formatting with this data label, position, values, right? Background. So these different background on, you can make it. So this way you can make different formatting options, right? Apart from this, you have even the grid lines. Now the lines will be available, and also these bars, right? These are different bars. You can change the colors, you can change the spacing, right? For the bars, in color, in column chart we saw the columns here, and in bar chart you are seeing the bar chart here. And here the grid lines, you can these grid lines will be like this from top to bottom, right? Dashed or something like that. Or you can just make some you can just give some color, right? And you can see the grid line from top to bottom, right? You will be able to show these, and this is fine, right? This is fine that we are just showing a grid line here, and you can make even other this different color. And you can, if you have this data bar available here, right, you can also get removed of, you can remove this x-axis labels and all, so you can remove that also. So that's that's what we are just going to. And you can make all of the other changes yourself, right? You can make the text changes, you can make the other changes. And here whatever we have just seen, right, we are just seeing how the different scenarios for the charts we can have. Okay, how these charts can be used to visualize your data. Okay, that's how we are going to use these column charts and bar chart, and for different purpose, right? We will also see the other charts for the similar data. Next, you can now check the other charts. Okay, column charts and bar charts, other charts, whatever we have in the visualization, right? Here I'm not going to for the similar things, I'm not going to do check all the things, all the charts and all. You can just check yourself. Okay, all the other charts and the formatting and all these things are similar for all of these charts. Fine. So one thing you do, what is this stack chart and why this is used? 100% stack chart, right? Why this is used? You can just check this thing later to tomorrow, right? We are going to check how we can use pie chart, for what purpose we can use pie chart, and we'll also see other visualizations and modeling from next, from tomorrow and all onwards. Yeah. So that's all I have for today's session. Let me know if you have any question. Do you have any question? Any doubt?
No.
Yeah. Someone is asking something. Okay. So if you don't have anything, okay, then we can wrap up the session here, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all. Bye.